Welcome back to Virtual Storytime with Miss Mylea here at the Broadview Public Library. I'm so excited to dive into today's story time with you. Let's get right into it. Today's storytime video features a picture book called Big by Vashti Harrison. So if you want to check out this book, which is beautiful, do you see this cover? And the pictures inside look really awesome too. Then you can come to the Broadview Public Library and check it out so that you can also read it at home or at school and take it with you and share it with a friend. Let's get right into Big. Once there was a girl with a big laugh and a big heart and very big dreams. She learned her ABCs and 1, 2, 3s. She always said please and thank you, and even put away all her toys. At dinner, she ate all her food. What a big girl you are, the adults would say. And it was good. Can you see? She grew and learned and laughed and dreamed and grew and grew and grew. Look at her growing. Beautiful. And it was good until it wasn't. You're a big girl, aren't you? You see? And you can see in the pictures now she's getting sad. One day, something big happened. I can't wait for the recital. And then we see our main character here, and people around her, they're talking, saying things like, I'm going to be a rose. I'm going to be a daisy. But look at her. She's saying help. People are saying very mean things around her. They're laughing. They're saying things like, OMG. They're saying things like, look, she's stuck. And then we have a grown up that comes in. And you know what they said? They said, don't you think you're too big for that? It made her feel small. The words stung and were hard to shake off. She began to feel not herself, out of place, exposed, judged, yet invisible. Everyone had advice, but that kind of hurt too. See, there are smaller words on the page, just so you know, for when you come to check out the book, and you can read all the little conversations that are going on as well. So I'll make sure that I show you the pictures here, but remember, you got to come check it out so you can see all the little things that are very detailed in the picture book. Now look at this page. Somebody saying, you're just too big. And it's making her very sad. Very, very sad. Can you see? There are no words here, but we see our main character. She looks up. At first, her head was buried in her knees, and now she's looking up, holding her knees close to her, looking out. and she looks sad. But I hope that it gets better. But for now, look at her. She's so beautiful. Have you ever felt like that? You're sitting there, you're sad, you don't feel like yourself. Look at her. It looks like she's starting to move. We're following along, watching her. Watch her facial expressions. Does she look sad? Does she look mad? Does she look like she's thinking? What do you think? Wow, can you see this? Beautiful, beautiful pictures taking us through her journey. Do you see? Sometimes pictures speak louder than words. Look at her again. Remember, we were watching her face, watching her body language. And now we see her here. She's crying. Do you see the tears? There are tears forming right at the bottom here. And there are people here now. And what are they saying to her? They're saying things like, aren't you too big to be crying? Have you tried being smaller? Why can't you just fit in? So now we can understand why she's sad. And one day, she finally let it all out. She's crying all of these tears. And started to see things more clearly. Looks like she's sitting up again. Let's see as we turn. This is a cool page, so let me take my time with this. This is such a cool book. Look at this. You see how that flipped open? Okay, so, and I want to hold it for you. You can kind of see as it opens from here to here. You see that? And then it opens again. She starts to get up, and she was able to see a way out. You see, it goes from being kind of dark and gloomy, and now she sees a light. You see that pink light? It looks like she's getting up. I'll close it again. Kind of have to hold it like this. That is so cool that you can open and close those pages. And then I'm going to flip. Now you can see her with that same pink light from the other page, and she actually is carrying words that describe her like being graceful and creative, and mean words that people have spoken to her. Remember when they were telling her that she was too big and that they were laughing at her? So she's bringing those mean words back, and she says, "These are yours. They hurt me." Not everyone understood or even listened. They said things like, "It's just a joke. It's not that serious. You're too sensitive." Have you ever been told that before? Some tried. "I didn't mean to hurt you." But they still couldn't see that she was just a girl. And then there's a little conversation on here that says, "I can help you change if you want." And she says, "No, thank you. I like the way I am." And she was good. And on the page, you can see a bunch of beautiful words that describe her, like creative and smart and funny and sweet and gentle and good, and a few others. And she looks happy. And then there is an author's note at the end. I encourage you to read it with a caregiver or a grown-up that you are with, or an older kid that can help you read through it. It tells you a little bit more about the author and some of the inspiration for the story. This book was a beautiful story. Not as many words, but beautiful, beautiful pictures that when you check it out, you can sort of look through them and open up those really cool pages in the middle of the book. And I encourage you to be able to talk through what you're reading in this book because there are a lot of things here and maybe it made you think. So don't feel like you have to read it and just put it away. If it gives you some big thoughts, make sure that you talk about it with a caregiver or an older kid that you can talk about it with. And don't forget to come and check it out so that you can read it yourself. I think you'll really like to see these pictures up close. And I really enjoyed sharing this story with you today. It really encouraged me, and I hope that it also encourages you. Stay tuned for our next virtual story time with Miss Mylia here on our YouTube channel for Broadview Public Library. And don't forget to stop in if you want to check out any of the books that we're reading in this virtual story time experience. See you next time.